My phone don't give me. Then I lose it.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Is my microphone coming in at a good level for you all? Okay.
are the gods who hold dominion over the world. The givers of light. The stewards of the wilds. The guardians of the dead. Some would manipulate mortals. Create catastrophes. Send monsters to terrorize the land. Such are the whims of the gods. And I am Heliod, the greatest of these. Yet something ominous gnaws at the edges of my world. Akros is home to fierce warriors, yet they struggle against hordes of minotaurs. In Meletus, the city of philosophers, oracles foresee disaster. And Setessa, a haven in the wilds, is terrorized by monsters like none have seen before. My world is filled with heroes, but none of them are strong enough to defeat the enemy hiding in plain sight among them. Yet, I know one who is. She does not wish to be a hero, but fate has other plans for her. Elspeth will save Theros from the usurper who would steal it from me. Darkness approaches, and she must become the hero she was meant to be.
So much power. So much adoration. And what do the gods do with it? They meddle. Ithara coddles the humans like children, while Phoenix, ever amused by their torment, finds new ways to enjoy them. Karametra strives to keep the mortals sheltered from the gathering shadows. And Mogis has seized the opportunity to set his minotaurs upon them. But standing among their ranks is the sun god's champion, Elspeth. Will her heroism be enough to save them? Oh, yes. So now, they revel in their victory, while I make my place in the sky, among the gods. Darkness approaches. May the fates aid any who venture into the night alone.
When does a hero's journey begin? The moment you step outside the safety of your home? Or when you realize the fight has just begun? Is it when you comprehend how small you are compared to the vastness of what threatens to destroy you? When did you learn that the journey isn't a lonely road, and you didn't have to face the darkness alone? Lesser souls lose heart and lay down their swords, but a champion risks everything for the greater good. Take comfort in this. True heroes never die. The sun rises, the sun sets. But we all have to cross the river someday. Even her. Resign yourself to your glorious fate. I am coming to claim my prize.
are the gods who hold dominion over the world. The givers of light. The stewards of the wilds. The guardians of the dead. Some manipulate mortals. Create catastrophes. Send monsters to terrorize the land. Such are the whims of the gods. And I am Heliod, the greatest of these. Yet something ominous gnaws at the edges of my world. Akros is home to fierce warriors, yet they struggle against hordes of minotaurs. Setessa, a haven in the wilds, is terrorized by monsters like none have seen before. My world is filled with heroes, but none of them are strong enough to defeat the enemy hiding in plain sight among them. Yet, I know one who is. He does not wish to be a hero. He has other plans for her. Elspeth will save Theros from the usurper who would steal it from me. Darkness approaches, and she must become the hero she was meant to be.
So much power. So much adoration. And what do the gods do with it? They meddle. Ithara coddles the humans like children, while Phoenix, ever amused by their torment, finds new ways to enjoy them. Karametra strives to keep the mortals sheltered from the gathering shadows. And Mogis has seized the opportunity to set his minotaurs upon them. But standing among their ranks is the sun god's champion, Elspeth. Will her heroism be enough to save them? Oh, yes. So now, they revel in their victory! While I make my place in the sky, among the gods! Darkness approaches. May the fates aid any who venture into the night alone.
does a hero's journey begin? The moment you step outside the safety of your home? Or when you realize the fight has just begun? Is it when you comprehend how small you are compared to the vastness of what threatens to destroy you? When did you learn that the journey isn't a lonely road? And you didn't have to face the darkness alone? Lesser souls lose heart and lay down their swords. But a champion risks everything for the greater good. Take comfort in this. True heroes never die. The sun rises, the sun sets. But we all have to cross the river someday. Even her. Resign yourself to your glorious fate. I am coming to claim my prize.
All right, everybody, and welcome to tonight's game of Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Kevin Ryan, and I'm going to be your Dungeon Master for tonight's evening. Tonight, we have a very, very special episode. Tonight is episode 57 of Companions of Strength and Odyssey of Theros. Before we get started, we do have a couple of announcements to get through. Our first announcement is, I'm super excited for this. We finally launched our Patreon page. And so if you guys are viewing this and want to support small independent streamers and stuff like that and content creators, go ahead and click down below. There should be some links down below, either on YouTube, and there should be a button over on Twitch, where if you want to become a patron, we have a couple different tiers. Go check them out over there. You get access to exclusive content, including a podcast that will be coming out soon and some behind the scenes content. So if you want access to all that cool stuff, go ahead and subscribe down below to our Patreon page. Our other announcement, our next one, is, if you guys didn't know, one of our players is a amazing fantasy author. So if you want to check out his stuff, go check out the I Call Him book trilogy by our very own Scott W. Kimack over on Amazon. Links to that will also be down in the description and everything. His third book, The Sword of God, will be releasing pretty soon, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. And you can check out his latest short story, After the Apocalypse, the Kim and Kaya Chronicles. Our last and final announcement is we have Lane back reprising his role of a Thracian for this campaign. So let's go ahead and bring in all of our players so they can say hi. Oh, we're not rolling initiative yet. There we go.
Hello.
There is
Hello.
everybody. So we are super excited to go ahead and get started. Unless anyone had any other announcements they wanted to get through.
Actually, the Sword of God comes out on Friday.
Friday.
So, yeah, we'll be finishing the
Jeez,
trilogy. will be
Kevin, get it
complete.
right.
Yep, it comes out on Friday. So go ahead, make sure you guys go check that out. Yeah, so we're super excited. We have some big plans coming up for this channel and all the other content we're going to be bringing you guys. So stay tuned, subscribe so you don't miss anything. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the notification bell so you get notifications whenever time we go live or a new video comes out. Yeah. Other than that, I think that is everything. So let's go ahead and jump into tonight's game.
Dun 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 dun.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Kevin broke it.
Hold on. Sorry. Okay, I'm pushing weird buttons. All right. So,
Stick to what you know, Kevin.
I know. Right. Last time on our adventure, the Companions of Strength, after about a week's worth of rest within the walls of the Poli Meletis, where Grexis decided to try to become closer to the god of Heliod, Falapenio recovering after the wish that he had cast, you all began to make preparations for the hunt forward for a new titan, the Titan of Nature's Wrath. So, in this journey, a Thracian wanting to get, after speaking to the rest of y'all about this flower quest that had been given to him by Erebos as a part of a deal that he made, he was told about, he did a divine intervention where Theros himself became present, or at least an avatar of Theros made itself known to you all on the plane of Theros. It was here that he showed you all visions of a flower from the Nyx, a woman, very beautiful in nature, but the exact visage wasn't exactly clear, as well as a image of some kind of vale or valley surrounded by these mountains. And you all, being the smart people that you are, and Phoebe Phoebe being well versed in nature and the land surrounding the Nessian woods, told you that it looked very similar to the Skola Vale, which you guys were already going to head towards to investigate the Titan Uro. And so you all gathered your things and began traveling by flight towards Setessa. It was here on your flyover of the Nessian woods that you all saw these massive roots that hadn't been present before, had been growing from the grounds, and many of the trees around these roots had been becoming corrupted in a sense. Their leaves becoming blackened, the bark itself became shrilling up and almost darker in coloration. And so, being it going to be nighttime, you all landed in the Nessian woods on the southern side of Setessa, a little bit farther from the Poli, with Falapenio casting Ifara's magnificent temple. I forgot what you had called it, but something like that. Through his amphora. And with this, the rest of you all began to took shelter in here until the next day when you all were investigating more about these routes and following the direction that they came. You all became under attack by these corrupted treants. And so you all did battle with them. Especially, it made the job especially easier when you learned that they were vulnerable to fire. But the fight itself not being too troubling for heroes of your stature and power. And so after this battle commences, you all take a breath, recollect on what had happened and the journeys ahead. And that is where we begin our session today. So you all are within the woods and the trees surrounding the Nessian woods. Some of you all have some scrapes and scratches. What do you all want to do?
Is it?
Yeah, you guys haven't been traveling very much.
And if you guys on your hit points. Oh yeah, you got jumped. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, it kind of sounds like it. Yeah, no. Hurry? I don't think we are. Yeah, I mean, we can do a short rest. Work? We'll have Heroes Feast, right?
Yeah, I think we found out that the short rest and long rest buttons don't work exactly perfect, but yeah, they're nonetheless.
Oh. Good. Gonna be one of those days. How are you looking on HP?
Lane. Oh, I don't know if you can hear us.
I don't think you get any spells back. Got all mine back.
Anything you guys want to be doing while you're taking your short rest?
Trail, right? Or that was just a battle map?
That was just the battle map. there really aren't any roads per se or paths. This is just wild, endless forest.
Just like deer trails.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back up. Get on a move. Burning daylight.
So you can definitely see them from above the canopy in certain spots. Like sometimes parts of the canopy are just too thick where you just can't see the ground at all. But many of them are massive. Some of them even bigger than other trees. So they're very like tangled and twisted in multiple directions, but you can kind of in general decide on a somewhat similar path of where most of them are coming from, which seem to come from northeast of y'all's current position. And to remind you, you guys are like a little bit by like where the Hunter's Crossing is on the map. Oh wait, you guys aren't seeing the map.
Yeah.
How about that? I had the map on my side.
By Hunter's Crossing.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. There we go. Okay. Phoebe says, it's gonna be difficult, but not impossible. Well, if we track him from the ground, we're much more likely to run into creatures and things that don't want us in the forest. But the routes will be easier to track that way. As far as flying, we probably won't run into much conflict, but it might make things a little more difficult to track. I will also say if we fly through the air, it's gonna take much less time to get to Skola Vale. Unless we have other plans to stop within Setessa, or if we want to go straight to the Skola Vale.
I would say that would be the best bet. Just got done fighting.
Yeah. So, who's going on what mounts?
I'll go with Rex's. Chariot.
On the chariot. Okay. You all take to the sky. So, you all take to the skies, up into the air. How high are you guys wanting to go?
Let's say just above the canopy.
But not like in the clouds. Okay.
Like what, 50 feet above the canopy? Oh shit.
All right, so let's go ahead and have everyone roll perception checks. $27 from a Thracian.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Let me roll for Phoebe.
Damn. If we're gonna make Rex's wear like a headband.
All right, so you all take off into the air, 20 or so feet above the canopy. You can see some of the trees are higher and lower than others. Many of you can see the occasional wildlife, in the trees, whether it's like monkeys or birds and other various sorts of creatures that dwell in the upper parts of the canopies here. The main thing you guys can spot out immediately is the massive 3 trees that make up the Poli of Setessa, the distance. That is usually hidden to people that Setessans don't want entering their Poli. But because you all have been in there and proven your worth as heroes, you have the ability to see the trees that make up the Poli. Off in the distance, you see the the huge mountainscape that makes up the mountain range to the east. You can't see much past that. As far as the routes themselves, they do seem to be heading in a northeastern direction. Especially the Thracian, you notice it very clearly. You see there's like this one massive route that comes out like an arc, like over a few of the trees. You can see there's like some creatures flying around it and monkeys dancing on the top. You guys are basically able to like fly through it as if like it's an arch above the canopy.
Watch out for that poof.
Yeah. All right, so you guys take just like a little bit of an arc around it, but it gives you all a sense of scale and perspective on how massive these trees are, or these roots are. Sorry. You guys travel for about, I would say, 6 or so hours. Like just keep flying east, and you're just seeing endless canopies of forest. You can see one thing you all notice, especially a Thracian notices this, and Phoebe. The forest, the closer and closer you all get to the mountain range, the darker and more dreary the trees get.
Or dead.
I wouldn't say dead. They don't seem like they're necrosifying. I would say so. It's just the colors on them become less vibrant and more like this deeper, darker color.
We're like right here, right?
No, at this point you guys have passed Setessa. You guys are like above the winter nexus, and you guys are approaching the mountain range.
I say this crash, find a spot the other side of the river.
I would say Thracian, and you all notice between the where like the forest edge is, like the forest edge kind of like gets up right up to the mountain range. There's not many clearings. The forest is pretty dense. You guys would probably have to fly over the mountain and land by what you guys know is the river on that side to get like a good clearing.
Right here?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So you guys fly up over the mountains. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys fly over to like the river down below. You do see it does continue. You can't see how far it goes because it starts getting past y'all's vision, even the vision of a Thracian at a certain point.
How is that? He can see God.
But yeah. So at least as far as you all can see, it does continue. And you do see the occasional roots that poke up out of the ground. Yeah, about this point, like once you guys start reaching that river, it does like sunset's getting to happen. It's getting darker and darker.
I say we land here. I would say more towards this little point right here. Yeah. More to that little point so we can have water surrounding us on 3 sides. Then they can only come at us one way.
All right. As you come landing down in that area, you do see like that part of the water where the river forks. It's actually a like cliff edge, like a pointy cliff edge that rises up over the water, maybe about 30-40 feet.
Perfect spot.
Yeah, it's pretty flat, but it's just a big point that sticks out that cuts the river into.
Start setting up the camp.
All right, you guys go flying down. You guys land right around it.
We're not gonna visit the temple. Why didn't you say so? Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I guess we'd
Yeah, Phoebe will ask, do all of y'all have food, or do I have to go find some?
have rations. How the hell? Yeah, like 4. Yeah, because you said you get like 5 rations.
Do you want to take your rations, or should I go looking for some food? Well, what I'm saying is I'm going to hunt to find my own food, but I'm just wondering if I should find another deer for the rest of y'all. She's like, ah, malacas. She just starts walking off into the forest.
One day she will shoot you. One day she will shoot you. But you roll twice.
Because I can. No, she has advantage on tracking in forests and
Okay.
stuff. Okay. All right.
Bust it out, put it on the rock. It would be
Anyways, so I'll say about a couple hours goes by as the sun sets and the night comes alive. You hear the creatures in the distance. And that's about after about an hour or two, Phoebe comes back. You can see over one shoulder, she's like manhandling a large deer, and the other hand, she's just dragging an elk. You know, she's very strong for her size, but she just comes and brings both creatures and drops them in front of the fire, and starts beginning to skin them and prepare the food for cooking. She has like a small like pocket knife that she's, you know, preparing the food with.
You need help, Phoebe.
No, I think I can handle this.
Jalapeno said he'd help if he needed it.
She kind of pulls out like a small short sword. She's like, you can use this if you want. And you should. I mean, you just cut right here. You find where the jugular vein meets the rest of the neck, and you just plunge it right in, and she just begins like like ripping the whole thing apart. And
You
But-
never had steak? No chicken? Fish?
so you're not a meat eater. Right? To each their own, then. Is anyone else wanting to partake in this meal? Pineapple and venison. I don't know if that goes well together.
Marinate it. Marinate it. Yes.
I don't want anything called cock at the moment, but okay. It is possible. But I think it is just as likely that it could be destroyed if we don't do anything about it. I understand. But we must do everything we can to keep it safe. For now, just let her sleep.
Like what?
If I were you, my wife is a simple woman and doesn't typically get involved in these sort of scenarios. Not since we were young. So if I were you, I would contact Anthusa, who is the matriarch of our society in the stead of Karametra herself. Yes. Some say we're all kind of grumpy, but I don't see it. Okay.
What? I was gonna say, what time of day is it?
It's probably like 9 o'clock at night.
Not too late.
Okay.
Out of fucking randomness, it just pops in her head.
You hear like, you kind of hear like, who the fuck is calling me this later name? Yeah, we'll deal with it. Just go handle it. A little bit.
Oh God. Shouldn't have given.
Yeah, there's no response.
The worst part of the message. We'll see you soon. We don't hear it, but she's flipping the table. Problem. How many more do you have? How many do you have? Why don't you? I was gonna say, before you do anything, why don't you call back to Melatis, to the guy that made the pot bowl, have him ready 2 more. We'll pay him on return. Expensive, yeah, but it's something we fucking need. 1,000.
No, I think it was more than that.
For a bowl? No, it should be 1,000. For Heroes Feast? Yeah.
Let me double check.
I remember it was 1,000.
Oh yeah, it is 1,000. A gem encrusted bowl worth at least 1,000 gold.
So,
It wasn't Thrasios. It's Alexios. Huh? What? 3 bowls? Yeah. You just woke me up.
okay.
It's gonna cost you extra for waking me up this late, though.
See, I told you. I mean, so we know we have more to come to. So it takes what? For him to build one or what?
It
A
takes a few.
couple days?
It takes a few days each.
Yeah.
Okay.
That dude.
Okay. All right.
It's
So I don't want to spoil your fun, but it says a casting time of 8 hours.
oh shit. You're spoiling the fun, Kevin. You got some explaining to do.
Yeah, and I know we did it previously, like it was just like instantaneous, but I just looked at it right now. And I was like, oh wait, what?
Can you make it? Can you make it like a 20-minute thing? Right?
It's because I think it's because of like you're basically like summoning a, like in a way you're having this creature is gonna be like a companion.
I see that.
There's like speak with plants and stuff. There's spells like that where it's like speak with plants if you want to be able to talk to it. Because that's all you want, right? You want to be able to talk to it. Phoebe says, I can speak with the trees if you want. Actually, let me see if she can cast it on someone else. Oh, it's only a self. You can tell me what to ask, and I'll ask it, and then... Okay.
You can hit him, Phoebe.
You see Phoebe, she cast speak with plants. And as she does, she walks up and touches the tree. As she does so, you can see immediately the campfire that you all had made dwindles down to a small burning ember. You can see her head shoots back, her eyes wide open, turning this almost like blackened color. Her hair begins to slowly lift up from her shoulders. You can see like where her hand is touching, you can see like these vines begin to like wrap around her wrist and arm, and she's like you can see like the veins beginning to protrude around her neck and skin, turning almost like this blackish color. Okay, make an attack roll.
As he does that,
It does not look good.
I will run and try to dive on her, take her down.
Yeah.
Literally, you haven't been in the military.
Well, it's different when you're wearing like plate armor and 19. Okay, you strike with it. She snapped the vines that were holding her arm there, and she drops to the ground. I think you said you were catching her.
Yeah, like I was gonna run him. Like as soon as he saw that, I was gonna run and like tackle her while Jalapeno went after the thing.
All right.
Like to get her away from it as fast as possible.
All right. You do so, and you go ahead and grab her, pulling her away. You can see she's like, you see her like her whole form is like shaking in your hands.
Hell did you do?
I don't know. I saw a tree. A massive tree. Its form was blocking out the sun, commanding creatures and all sorts of plant life around it. It felt like it was trying to like suck the life out of me. That's the only way I could explain it. She's like grabbing her head. See like sweat's pouring down her face. Her skin's all like a little pale. I think Thracian, you had cast heal, right? Yeah, she hadn't taken any hit points, but when you cast the spell, you do see the color beginning to come back to her skin. It's like, I do believe it's still east of here. I could see a valley, a grove in front of it, but I couldn't make out in detail.
The tree, the part that Jalapeno cut off, is it doing anything?
You see, it's the part of the tree that fell down. The vines themselves seem to like slaw off and like turn, like re-enter the dirt, almost like they're like melting into the ground. I normally can, but this is something completely different. Yeah, she's kind of out of it right now. She's still kind of like trembling. Mm-hmm.
As this is happening, how's the weather? Like,
The weather?
yeah.
It seems fairly clear. I mean, there's no rain or discernible
moon-
clouds.
Is there like a bright moonlight?
It is.
Get to the. I want to do is I want to take the chariot up above the trees to see if I can see that tree she's talking about.
Okay. So we are losing your voice a little bit too, just to let you know.
Oh, sorry.
But you're good. So you get into the chariot and you take off into the sky. How high are you wanting to go?
I would say like 100, 200, 150 feet above the canopy. Like, I want to get pretty high.
Okay. I would say, Ixis, go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, shit.
However, you do have dark vision, so this is going to help you out pretty well.
19?
Okay. You can't see too far. Like, things are lit.
Yeah. I was just thinking like the moon casting light on things in the distance.
You do see what looks like a valley created by mountains. This where these two, mountain ranges end up meeting and going around in this large path. You can't see quite where it ends. You can see where those valleys before, and in front of it, and across, like, if you guys keep following the river, you can see what looks like a small set of various plains and trees and forest, possibly some swamps and stuff like that in that direction. And then past that, you can't tell if it's a mountain or if it's just a large tree or something. But there is
dark.
There's
something dark in that direction.
Yeah, past the forest.
All right, and I'll come back and land.
All right. You come back down and land with the rest of the group.
No, I usually wait till you to fall asleep. Seeing if I could see. No. I was seeing if I could see this tree she's talking about. Yes. Yes. If you get high enough, you can see pretty far in the dark. Yeah. The moonlight helped. But I did see something that looked like a mountain. A dark shade. I would say like what? 100 miles? 200 miles?
What was that?
How far was this thing? Like 100?
I
Like
wouldn't
you just look.
I wouldn't say 100 miles. It's hard to tell.
Distance, yeah.
It would probably, you would guess it would probably be like another day of travel, maybe a day and a half. But it's hard to exactly tell in the moonlight. So it's probably like 40 to 50 miles.
Sleep tight, jalapeno. So I guess we take watch. I thought we went over this. It has. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a watch.
All right, so the rest of you go to sleep. Thracian, go ahead and make a perception check.
Yes, see God. What the fuck?
29. All right.
You can't get lower than a 19. 50 miles out.
What'd you see? Maybe about, I'd say about an hour into your watch. You do notice that there is various plant life around and animal life. You see various creatures that walk by, most of them not paying any attention to y'all's bubble or anything like that. They can't quite see as it is opaque. You do see, which is a little odd to see at night, is you hear this thumping. And then you see the occasional smaller treant that walks by. Not really paying too much attention. But you see more and more of these treants walking by, much more than you would see any other time. And then you see a much larger one. Maybe the size of like a storm giant that stomps by. And just disappears into the forest.
That means I can't ask him.
Other than that, your watch ends without any incidents.
I guess I'll take second watch.
They were going in different directions. So some of them would head north, some of them were going east. They're all kind of like scattered and walking aimlessly in multiple directions. Some of them are just like hanging out and talking, it seemed. I will say, during your watch, you feel this, I would say, attraction. I would say, like if something's pulling you eastward, like if something's calling for you.
Are you gonna do what you think?
Okay.
While everyone else is asleep.
Just double check. I'm reading the spell.
Have you ever cast this spell before? Oh yeah, because you level up.
Okay. So, when you cast this, you immediately see that everything around you has this almost starscape quality to it. Like if there's this small ether that hangs over everything. You can see these silver threads that seem to connect everything in a sort of tangled web up to the sky. And you can see the starscape of the Nyx above much more vibrant and clear than before. You can see each of your companions also have a similar silver strand connected to them, almost like a web or a strand of silver hair that connects each of them. However, it seems that compared to everything else, these strands seem to be more, I would say looser, I could say. Everything, all the other strands are pulled taut and tight to the sky, but the ones connecting you and your companions seem to be these loose. They have a lot of slack to the thread. You can see what almost looks like these small glowing orbs, almost like will-o-wisps that just float along the ground. How far are you traveling? So, as you continue forward, you pass this small grove of trees. You immediately see that within these trees, maybe quite a bit farther out, there you can see torchlight and fire. Almost like in the middle of the forest. As you pass by, you can see a group of satyrs and centaur and dryads and nereids that seem to be having some kind of dance or party and just living up life. They too are all connected by these strands and threads. You still feel this calling, this pulling, something pulling you east. And as you look up in that direction, you see a massive tree on the scale of something you've never seen before. A tree that's maybe, guessing 1,000 feet tall, maybe taller. You can see like clouds that intertwine with the tops of the canopy. Its roots embedded deep into the ground. You can see many creatures swarming around it, but it almost seems to be a light within the astral plane, giving off this glow. This like greenish, purplish glow that lights up the ground around it. You can see each of its roots dig into the ground, and they too glow along the ground, intertwining with everything and every piece of plant life and tree and creature within the grove itself, and even scattering farther back towards the Nessian woods. you travel back in that direction, you can see those roots do begin heading into the Nessian woods and begin. You can see like every other tree or so is giving off that same greenish purplish glow. If you go that far, you can see they are like the roots of them are beginning to like almost like the glow is like inching its way up the trees. It would seem so. You can see your form, your astral form is like ejected from the astral plane and slams back into your planar body.
All that was in his Firewatch.
Yeah. All right, who do you wake up?
The goat. Oh, oh no.
Perks, you get this like sharp poke in the side. All right. Go. Okay, Greg, let's go ahead and make a perception check.
Hey.
24. Okay. So, 24, you see the plant life doesn't seem to go to sleep at night. You can see more and more tree ants that walk off into the distance.
Why?
Oh, see, you do notice one thing, Grexus. You see what looks like this glowing golden orb that floats maybe about 50 feet from y'all's bubble.
Why?
It just kind of hovers above the ground.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, Kevin. Yeah, he does. You gave him the opportunity. Kevin.
No metagaming, Max. Greg says you're sleeping in your armor? Okay. But you do see this like little faint glowing orb that kind of like dances in the light. You can see it like moves like 20 feet to the right.
Oh, he's a fucking cat too.
And then it slowly begins like going farther and farther away, back deeper into the forest.
Drix has died. The other one. Just go.
So you go back to the group. Is there anything else you want to do during your watch? Okay. About another 30 minutes to an hour goes by. And you see what looks like a shadowy figure steps out of the forest. And you can see walks over, it's humanoid in nature. Walks over to the river. As they walk, you can see with your 24 perception, you see this humanoid figure has a long tail, comes off their back, and a large like headdress of hair comes down past his shoulders, feminine in nature. What?
Everything.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah. What time is it?
It's hard to say. It's probably like 2 in the morning. Second watch. You didn't take your watch, remember, Palpatine?
Nope.
No?
This is the middle of the second watch. Oh.
Thracian was first. Okay. It's just this is just massive like sun just erupts into sunlight. You can see like yeah. You're all like almost blinded by this like light that immediately appears. You can see many creatures like go scattering into the forest. Other than that, other than like the squirrels and snakes and other owls and other creatures that went scurrying into the forest, you don't see anything at the riverbed.
And a few stray Eldritch blasts, like just.
Okay. From level 1.
Day 1. Minute 1. One of these days, we're gonna get you to take watch. Ding, 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 ding. Don't you have like a past minor illusion? Minor illusion?
I think it's draw. No, I said when the daylight was cast on that area where the creature, that shadowy figure was, there was nothing there. Yeah. Greg says you don't noticing anything else for the rest of your watch. Says you get woken up.
My turn. I'm gonna roll over and look at Jalapeno. I'll get up. I'll put my armor on for my watch.
All right, so you spend the first like 5-10 minutes of your watch putting your armor back on.
Yeah, like I'll just sit down, just having my stuff on.
All right. As you do so, go ahead and make
Damn
a
it.
perception check.
Advantage, disadvantage,
Just straight roll.
roll. Bam. 27.
27.
Yeah, that's the highest perception roll I've ever rolled. On both campaigns.
All right, so with a 27, similar things. You see many plant and animal life active at night. You see the occasional like jaguar, like, you know, hunts its prey and jumps up into the trees. You can see like these flashing, glowing eyes that kind of glance past y'all's opaque bubble. One thing you notice during your watch you see the sky itself begin to change from its normal Nyx-like description of the starscape, and instead takes the form of a person, a familiar looking person, and less of a person but more of a god, which you're quite familiar with.
Oh shit.
You can see these long horns that come off of his head, almost like a headpiece, like a headdress, a crown. This dark purplish skin, long purple and gold robes with a whip to his side. And as he stares down at you, you can see his form sends down like almost like a bolt of necrotic energy and lands on the ground.
Right in front of me?
Maybe about 30 feet from the bubble. Kind of stands there looking at you, hands around his back.
Okay.
And he slowly begins to turn around and begins walking east.
I will get up. I'll nudge Phoebe.
What?
Keep an eye on the group. But also know that I'm going that way for a bit.
She kind of looks out, like, what?
Does-
Are you sure?
Does she see him? Notice him at all?
She kind of looks over at you. Like, I don't see anything out there.
Watch over the group. And if I'm not back within like 5 minutes, wake everyone up. I'm going directly east.
Okay.
And I'll start walking out.
Okay. You start walking off in that direction.
Like, I'm gonna take my time. I want to see if he's gonna stop and wait for me. If he keeps going and going, I'm gonna stop at a certain spot.
He does continue walking forward at a relatively slow pace. You know, very casual in his walk. See, he starts. You guys pass over the river. He almost just kind of like glides along the top. Once he reaches like the other side of the river, he stops and turns towards you, waiting for you.
Do I see anything out of the ordinary? Besides of what I can already see?
Make a perception check.
Big money. Fuck. 13.
13. Looks like forest. You can see groves, the occasional owl in a tree. Other than that, you can hear like the river going past your feet.
I will look at him and ask if there's something you want to talk about.
Just stands there looking at you.
How far into the jungle have we walked?
You guys are probably about 200 feet away.
Standing there, not answering.
He begins to turn around a little bit and begins walking towards, like, deeper into the forest, into the grove.
Why is it that you're showing yourself to me now?
Doesn't say anything, just continues walking into the forest. You see, once he like passes behind some trees and bushes, you lose sight of him.
And I get like any kind of like insight. Can
Sure.
I tell if it's really him?
Sure, roll an insight check.
My greatest thing to do. -1.
And
Oh,
nat
hey.
19. Not bad. Something definitely stands out about this. Seems odd. His demeanor doesn't seem normal. Usually, you know, Erebos as a very eccentric and charismatic being. You know, almost like a performer. But he seems to be very stoic in his demeanor. When you see him right now.
All right. I should do this. How far away is he from me?
You lost sight of him. You went into the forest is maybe another 100 feet away. And he just continued walking. And once he went into the trees, just
He was
disappeared.
gone.
I'll say something definitely does not feel right about this.
I will. That doesn't. I can't see him anymore. Because I've never done it before. I'll cast fly. on
Okay.
myself.
How high do you fly up?
I'll fly up about 30 feet. And I'll start like, not like hauling ass back, but I'll start drifting backwards, keeping my eye where he was at.
Okay. You start, as you get up high, almost above most of the trees. This is not as dense of a forest as the Nessian woods. And the trees aren't as tall. So once you get about 30 feet, you're at about the height of the canopy, if not a little higher than the canopy of the trees. And you start drifting back over, towards the direction of the group. You can't help but notice the large looming tree silhouetted by the moonlight in the distance. Eventually, you arrive back at the campfire in the opaque bubble that surrounds it.
Can I walk in?
Yeah.
I'm asking Jalapeno. I don't think he heard me, but oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go in and tell Phoebe to go back to sleep.
Okay.
Thank you for watching over group. I'll explain in the morning.
All right. Eventually, your watch comes to an end. As you can see, the dark skies go from its blackish color to like a deeper blue and slightly orange and in nature. You can see the nightlife, the sounds of the forest at night come at rest as the morning greets you. You can hear the songbirds come to life. As you all wake up in the morning, now in the daytime, now you can see looming over the grove of forest and trees that stands before you, surrounded by the mountains that encompass and almost embrace these woods like a hug. You can see a massive, massive tree that watches over the entire grove, taller than the mountains that surround it.
Basically, like the tree from Avatar.
Yeah, if not bigger.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about like Mother Tree from Avatar.
As you all wake up in the morning, gather your things and your supplies, that is where we're going to take a break.
Bum, bum, bum.
So, with that, we are going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back in just a few moments. Until then, we'll see you guys in a little bit.
We are the gods who hold dominion over the world. The givers of light. The stewards of the wilds. The guardians of the dead. Some manipulate mortals. Create catastrophes. Send monsters to terrorize the land. Such are the whims of the gods. And I am here, the greatest of these. Yet something ominous gnaws at the edges of my world. Akros is home to fierce warriors, yet they struggle against hordes of minotaurs. In Miletus, the city of philosophers, oracles foresee disaster. And Setessa, a haven in the wilds, is terrorized by monsters like none have seen before. My world is filled with heroes, but none of them are strong enough to defeat the enemy hiding in plain sight among them. Yet, I know one who is. She does not wish to be a hero, but fate has other plans for her. Elspeth will save Theros from the usurper who would steal it from me. Darkness approaches, and she must become the hero she was meant to be.
So much power. So much adoration. And what do the gods do with it? They meddle. Ithara coddles the humans like children, while Thenax, ever amused by their torment, finds new ways to enjoy them. Karametra strives to keep the mortals sheltered from the gathering shadows. And Mogis has seized the opportunity to set his minotaurs upon them. But standing among their ranks is the sun god's champion, Elspeth. Will her heroism be enough to save them? Oh, yes. So now, they revel in their victory, while I make my place in the sky, among the gods. Darkness approaches. May the fates aid any who venture into the night alone.
does a hero's journey begin? The moment you step outside the safety of your home? Or when you realize the fight has just begun? Is it when you comprehend how small you are compared to the vastness of what threatens to destroy you? When did you learn that the journey isn't a lonely road? You didn't have to face the darkness alone. Lesser souls lose heart and lay down their swords. But a champion risks everything for the greater good. Take comfort in this. True heroes never die. The sun rises, the sun sets. But we all have to cross the river someday. Even her. Resign yourself to your glorious fate. I am coming to claim my prize.
right, and we are back, everybody, from our break. Hope you guys are doing good. We are about to jump right back into things here. We're gonna pick up right where we left off. So, yep, there we go. We got Jesse in.
Did Max leave the group?
Max. So yes, so Max did leave. He had to go take care of some stuff, but it's fine. We are good. So you all wake up in the morning. The sun rises over the mountains to the east, somewhat blotted out by that giant tree that looms over the Skull of Vale. What would you all like to do?
I would like to say to the party, or ask the party, did anything strange happen overnight during your watches?
I don't know. I thought I saw some female lion or Leodin or something. I'm not sure. But then she disappeared, so I don't know. Maybe I was just imagining things.
I think you were, because I saw Erebos. I don't think it was him.
Okay.
The great tree is poisoning the forest.
Figured.
It is taking over the Nessine Woods, and it will soon take over Setessa. It is going to destroy everything. We cannot leave it.
All right. So what do we do?
I
Hunt
guess
it
we.
down, kill it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I know where it is.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh,
Baby.
So we're going straight for the tree.
Let me do this. Everybody circle around.
okay.
Once they do, I'm going to cast Astral Projection on all of us. I can hit up to 8 people.
Really?
I'll Astral Project them and then tell them to follow me, and I'll kind of lead them kind of in the direction of the great tree where it showed, and kind of show them how it's taking over the different trees. And then trace back to Setessa and show them where it's starting to take over the trees of Setessa, of the city.
Yeah, you guys see all the same things I had described to a Thracian during the night, where you can see the trees are beginning to have this greenish, purplish glow to them. You can see where the roots of the massive tree in the distance is taking over them. You all too can see the silver threads that bind you all to this plane.
Dude, this
I'll
is
just
wild.
say they are. It is taking over the forest. The longer we let it sit, the more grasp it has, the more powerful it gets.
Oh, I guess know where we have to head to.
Crunch, 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 crunch. As Grexus eats his breakfast.
Sorry, guys. I know I chew on the loud.
So, is there anything else you guys would like to do in your astral forms?
Nope, getting the fuck back in my human body before it changes.
All right. Let's
Okay.
start heading back. Yeah. I mean, it's a Thracian spell, so I think he can cut us all back all at once.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he just uses an action to do it.
Actually, they have to return themselves, but they can just kind of follow and leap into their own body.
What would happen? That's for another time.
You would float adrift in the astral plane for eternity.
No, I said, I was thinking if I tried to jump into like jalapenos.
Oh god.
That's for another time.
Next time, maybe.
Yeah, next time. So, yeah, it's kind of like Doctor Strange, the ancient
Yeah.
one, like punching the astral form out of someone. What would you all like to do? I think you guys return back to your bodies, back to the material plane of Theros. You can still see that massive tree in the distance, and all of you feel the same calling or pull towards the tree.
So,
Guess we suit
are
up
we
and prepare.
again?
Suit up and prepare.
Yeah. Are we actively trying to go fight this thing today?
Probably. That's up to you guys.
Because I would. I was
Fair
gonna
enough.
say maybe Jalapeno could have given us Heroes Feast if we were gonna actively go fight this thing.
I can still do it beforehand. It's just it would make better sense at night because we get it for 24 hours.
Yes.
But we
And
can
you get your spell back.
and then I get this spell back.
That's why.
Because it is a quite powerful spell, so I don't want to waste it unnecessarily.
Yeah, but does anyone else have anything? Aside from family
Nothing.
for the party?
Were we wanting? Phoebe speaks up. Were we wanting to figure out what was going on with that woman from that vision that Theros gave us?
Yes, but we don't know if we're gonna get into a fight because of it. Considering all of us had visions last night. Because when I woke you up, you couldn't see Erebos standing 30 feet away from us.
I have a feeling that this forest is trying to play tricks on us. Is trying to lure us to the tree. But the tree is quite far. It'd be about another day's travel from where we are to get to the actual base of the tree. I know on the way we'll probably find many revels of satyrs and centaur and other creatures living up their best lives. I just don't know if we should be looking for this woman or if you all want to skip the forest and fly for another day to reach the tree.
I think we should look for the woman.
I'm good. Whatever you guys want, just point me in that direction.
What do you want to do? Thracian?
I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant to do anything with the flower yet.
Well, the lady was supposed to be able to tell us how.
You were cutting out there, Jesse.
I think the lady was supposed to show us how to get to the flower.
All y'all know is that the vision showed 3 images. It was one of a flower, one of a woman, and one of the skull of ale.
I guess we look for the woman. Best thing we can do right now.
Good.
Do we have any idea which way to go?
That's the best we can do.
Done.
I think this would be follow opinion. I don't mind trying to go around and finding a good party to attend. But I have a feeling that whatever this girl and this flower, they're obviously connected somehow. And so I'm thinking that it was saying that the girl is in the forest. So if we want to find the girl, we have to go to the forest. But the forest is big, so we don't know where to go.
So, gotta start somewhere.
All right, well, we're wasting time. Let's just start moving.
Are we traveling on foot? Are we traveling in the sky?
Can we see anything from the sky or do the branches block everything?
I mean, it depends on what we're looking for. I mean, finding the roots wasn't too hard, but if we're trying to find people, I don't know.
Walking, how long would it take us to get to the base?
To the base of the tree? The big
Yeah.
tree? I want it all the way at the end of the mountain. I don't know, maybe 2 days?
If we have that much time.
If we fly, we get there in a day. The tree itself. But
Looking for a person is a different thing.
we don't know what this tree is necessarily doing. I mean, we know it's somehow corrupting plant life. We don't even know if we have to fight the tree. I mean, it's a tree. Maybe a Thracian just goes over there and stab with his thingamabob, and then job done. We go back to Melodies, we go to bathhouse, we have a party, we drink some wine.
In a perfect world, yes. But anything from perfect?
Ixis, why don't you talk to your god and ask him a little bit more about this flower, about this girl, like who this girl is?
I have no divine intervention.
Well, that's why you get down on your knees and you pray. I don't have divine intervention, but Ifara talks to me all the time.
I guess I'll do that. I'll try that.
Oh, Rexus, this is going to be good.
I'll stand right next to Falabenya.
Ooh. You gonna get all spooky scaredy when you say it? Like, how does a prayer to Erebos start? I'm very curious. Like, do you have to go like
In your head.
sacrifice a creature? Do you have to like
Yes, a
drown
goat.
yourself in blood? You're funny, Ixis.
Am I?
You are. You are very hilarious. Not as hilarious as me, but that's 1 in a billion, so.
I'll just walk away. Fucking jalapeno.
I'm channeling my inner jalapeno.
I don't know what's more annoying. His jalapeno or yours? Yeah, I'll walk away a little ways and ask Erebos how we can find this lady. which direction should we take to get to her?
Okay. I want to know how specifically are you wording this?
I will. I will ask Erebos if he can show me the quickest way to locate this woman from the visions.
Yeah. As soon as the word woman leaves your mouth, immediately you feel this burning pain from your ankle. And immediately you look down, you can see the thorn whip like scar that you have is almost ignited on fire. You can feel this throbbing, searing pain coming from that leg. You
So I
take
have to go to the
you
private
take
jet?
you take 6 points of fire damage.
Oh shit.
A Thracian, you feel the same thing as soon as he says woman. And you also take 3 points of fire damage.
I don't like it.
Cringe.
And finally, Penio goes, "What is going on?"
I look at Jalapeno, see if it's happening to him. No?
No. A Thracian, what happened? Ixis, what happened?
No clue.
What'd you say?
Ixis said mean things, apparently.
I think so.
Ixis, whatever you said, it wasn't good. It didn't seem he was very happy.
He's not very happy.
Why
We're
would
looking for her.
so why would he not be happy if we were looking for her?
Don't know.
Maybe he doesn't want us to find her. Interesting. Very interesting.
Well, I tried and I don't want to do that again.
But he wants us to find the flower. And the flower is somehow attached to this woman, but he doesn't want us to find the woman. Your god is very confusing, Ixis.
Maybe he wants us to find the flower, but the woman can give us a way away from him.
What?
See, we find the flower, and then we go directly to him. Without her help, we're trapped. We find the flower with her, we have a way to get away.
So you're saying that the woman would help us leave the underworld, or
Give us at least a direction to follow. Unless you just want to go directly to the underworld right now.
I don't ever want to go directly to the underworld, Ixis.
Well, we still gotta go eventually.
Do we? I don't know about that.
There's a titan we have to kill down there.
I think it's fine on its own. You know, we just stay in the nice, pretty, beautiful walls of Meletis with the wine and the fruits.
That titan's gonna kill everything, including Meletis.
I guess, but
We don't
I'm not
fight
happy.
The titans, there won't be a Meletis.
Thracian, what do you say? Your god is also very creepy, so I want to know what does he think, or what do you think he means by this vision? I can't be the only smart person around here. Atration. Hello. Anyone home? Maybe he's talking to his
Never.
god now. Ah, he speaks.
Sorry, I'm taking care of something currently.
Oh, you're good. Well, I don't know.
How about you ask your god, Jalapeno?
Oh, I already know what my god's going to tell me.
Then ask.
She's going to say forest bad, city good.
You're not gonna ask Jalapeno?
I mean, I can. You see, he walks over off to the side and he pulls out his amphora and he like pours a little bit of the water out into this like little thing. He like sets up like incense to burn and he like has like this whole like ritual.
Goes all out.
Yeah. It's like a little. He pulls out like out of the bag of holding. He pulls out like this like little pillow that he puts on the ground and he can like kneel on. And you see him. Oh, greater Father, Mother of the Poli and law and order. We come to you in our most humble of times. Please bestow upon us the knowledge on how we may achieve our goals on this path. He kind of like sits there looking up at the sky. All right, he comes back. Puts-
I'm ready. I'm gonna have a rock in my hand.
he like packs up all of his things again. Like, okay, this is what she said. As far as she knows, because she doesn't know everything. She is amazing and perfect, but she doesn't know always know everything. She's not omnipotent. She says that she doesn't know why he wants this flower. But it's supposed to be a very, very pretty and beautiful flower. That's what she says. She even showed me a vision of it. It was very pretty. As far as the woman, she doesn't know this woman. She says there aren't many humans that live in the Skola Vale. Mostly satyrs and other creatures like that, and centaur, dryads, creatures like that. So if we were looking for a human, they would kind of stand out. That's as much as she could help.
Right? Let's say we gotta find this woman.
Alexis, let me ask you. If your god doesn't want you to find this human, why do you want to search for it? Did you
Because
think she
once
was
we go
cute
the
or
other
you were
way,
wanting
we
to
need
go
another
hit
way.
on her?
No.
I know you, Alexis. You're looking for love, aren't you? Oh, look, I can see the blushing coming on your face.
I throw the rock at him. But I can't make a decision for the entire party, so
What about you, Grexis? What do you want?
I just want to go kill something.
for women.
I figured.
What does Jalapeno want to do?
I want to go home.
Besides that,
Well, I think the immediate task is to take care of these titans or whatever.
I thought you didn't want to go to fight all the Titans.
I don't want to do anything, Isis. But I need to protect Eletis and the people of Theros. They're building a beautiful statue of me. I have to make sure it stays protected.
Celsius. Vandalize that statue.
Come on, they even built a statue of you, Mr. Tally Bottom, at my feet. We got to make sure it stays safe.
I start looking for another rock.
He says, if we were to fight this Titan, are we sure that we are prepared and we have everything? Like, how do we know how this Titan is going to fight? We haven't even seen a Titan. We've seen a giant tree that is doing weird spiritual magic-y stuff. Is that the Titan? Or is the Titan something else? I don't know.
We have to go there to find out.
Exactly. But what do we think is going to harm this Titan, or how can we get an edge on it if we are going to fight it? Because from the look, if that's the Titan, he points at the tree, that is going to be a big thing to fight.
Of course.
The Thracian's going to have to use a lot of those chains.
Well, it's the job we signed up for.
Well, I know. What I'm asking is, how are we going to take it down? What is our plan?
Well, you're the smart one. Come up with one.
I know, but I can't do everything.
Yeah, you can. You like to say you can.
I just don't have it in me today. There's something off myself.
Oh. Sucks to be you.
I feel
So
like
wait,
I feel like my
whoa. Are you actually saying jalapeno's not perfect?
lane dropped out. Hold on, everybody. Okay. He says, no, of course, I'm always perfect. There's Lane. He's back.
What, Jane? It's been being weird the last couple hours.
You're good.
We're trying to figure out what to do now.
Like, what is the plan? Like, how are we going to take down this Titan?
Like we normally do. We wing it.
I have no idea what we're looking at. I assume it's some type of nature, so burn it with fire. Probably.
We do know that the fire hurt those other trees that we fought. Do we think that's going to affect this big one?
Probably.
Enough of it can.
Possibly. I mean, I have a lot of fire abilities myself now, that I am a arbiter of creation and destruction by Porphyros. Does anyone else have fire abilities that they can use?
I can create a storm of fire on top of it.
Okay, that would be cool.
That's all I got.
Rexes, can you do any? Does your god Roas do any cool like fire things, or can you tell this Heliod to come out and like shine a beam of sunlight to like burn it, like a giant magnifying glass?
thought we agreed that
Yes.
was duration.
I can cast Flame Strike on
Oh,
it. Yes.
well, that would be good.
Yeah. And also I have
I didn't mean to do that.
my spear has Sunbeam.
Okay. That could work.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just guessing here. I mean, fire hurt the other trees. Maybe it would hurt the big tree.
So let's go do it. What are we waiting for?
Well, do we have all of those abilities prepared for the day?
Yes, I do.
Iteration, do you have all your flame abilities prepared for the day, or do we have to wait another day?
I mean, I just used my 9th level spell slot, so probably another day.
So you want to do another rest so you can get your 9th level spell slot?
Yes.
I thought all your spells already are stronger than normal.
They are, but there are certain ones I still can't cast without a certain ability. It's weird, but
Well, if we wait like 5 more days or 6 more days, then I can wish for fire. But it depends if we want to wait that long.
I don't think we can.
I don't think we have that long. But I think we can wait one more day.
So do we want to? I know if we fly, it will take about a day to get to the tree, meaning that we would end up spending the night at the base of the tree. Or we go into the forest, we find a party, we do some dancing, we drink some wine, we have a good old time. You know, maybe we set up a Thracian with one of the pretty satyr ladies.
How about we look for this one for today?
I guess we could do that too.
All right. Well, are we gonna do this on foot?
I mean, I don't mind. I can save my my big firebird for the. He might come in handy for the big tree.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to land in the forest and burn the whole forest down.
I guess it's on foot from now.
All right, so you all begin walking on foot deeper and deeper into the Skull of Vale. Now, this is a forest, but it's nowhere near the dense foliage of the Nessian woods that surround Setessa. You can see rolling plains and hills, trees and many different assortments and colors and species. The mountains kind of give off this like sense of comfort and protection, almost like they're like holding the Skull of Vale in a hug, in an embrace. You all can see the occasional stream that dances over some rocks in the distance. Who's leading this this trek?
Phoebe.
Okay. What is everybody else doing?
Keeping our eyes open and our
I
hands
guess.
on the hilts of our weapons.
Okay. I want everyone to make perception checks for me.
Roll one for me. I can't get my computer at those attacks.
Good, I gotcha.
Thank you.
15.
15 from Grexis. Got.
Oh, sorry.
Oh. Well, we'll take the 28 instead of the 36.
Boo.
That's okay. They're both really good. Go with Phoebe. In a 24, good rolls from everybody.
Hang on.
Oh, that's for jalapeno.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good rolls. You guys
Damn.
are very much keeping your eyes open, scanning the forest and the tree line for every scuttering of the branches and creatures that fly off as you all approach. One thing does catch your all's attention, and the Thracian notices this first.
Of course.
You see a Thracian, what looks like deeper in the forest. A humanoid figure stands, kind of shadowed and can't quite make out all the features from the light blocking it. But as soon as it like turns and sees you all, it disappears behind a bush. Just kind of jumps aside behind a tree.
Head that way.
Okay.
Follow the
You all see a Thracian start heading towards that direction.
Do we notice the creature? Or whatever it is?
You saw whatever this like humanoid creature, just like shadowy figure, kind of jump behind a tree and disappear.
Oh.
Also,
follow.
Water Warlock, thank you for the follow.
Oh, thanks.
So what do you all do?
I'll follow a Thracian.
Okay. You all jump behind a Thracian, following him in this direction. You guys travel for about, I would say, 50 or so feet before you reach where that tree is. And as you guys get to the tree and like look around to wherever this creature was, it's gone.
Feels like we're being followed. We'll watch.
You see Phoebe gets down on the ground, starts looking at the tracks. Says, I'm not familiar with these types of tracks, these footprints. These are unlike any creature I've ever seen.
Can we tell what kind of footprint it is? Or do we even see it?
Phoebe kind of points it out to you all.
Okay.
Make nature checks.
Jalapeno. Oh.
That's Phoebe. That's Jalapeno. At 20 for Jalapeno.
Nice. First time.
He kind of looks down. Phoebe, don't you ever read about these things? Look. It's very similar to those treants that we saw before, but much smaller. She says, but how can that be? They kind of look off in the distance and they can't see anything. Where did this creature go? And they start like following the tracks. And the tracks, kind of, once they go behind the tree, they kind of vanish and disappear.
I had to look at Phoebe. You're the ranger.
Can you track it? Apparently so.
26. You'll go, well, like I said, the tracks, once they reach here, they disappear. And she kind of like begins looking around. You see her, she looks at the tree that you guys are standing next to. And you see she like tilts her head to the side, squinting at it. And there you see, especially a Thracian, you notice this with your super godlike passive perception.
This guy's blind.
You see the tree itself like blinks as you see a pair of eyes attached to the front of the tree, And with that, a creature steps out of the tree made of bark and limb, but not as big as the tree itself, maybe about y'all's height, like humanoid size. And it sees you all and begins running.
At us?
No, like away from y'all.
Hold person.
Old person?
DC 23.
DC 23.
If that fails,
Let me just look up something really quick.
I'm casting Hold Monster. You don't know what it is.
Okay. What kind of save was that? Was that wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay. You see, as it runs, it stops. And now it almost looks like a random tree in the middle of the forest.
In a running position.
Yeah.
I guess we start walking up to it. I'm gonna ready.
We have a minute.
Huh?
We have 1 minute.
Yeah, I guess we just surround it.
As you guys surround it, you can see it didn't get very far, but it is definitely some kind of human-like creature. And you can see it's, now that you guys are getting a better look at it, it's no longer like blended in with the tree. You can see like one side of its face is bark, and then you can see like as the bark continues, you'll see like a patch of human skin and like a human eye, and then that transforms into more bark and like this tall crown like shape. You can see like half of its arm is human skin and then turns into these bark like limbs, and then the other hand is bark, and the hand itself is humanoid skin, and it kind of just like stands there frozen.
Do we know what this is?
Make nature checks.
I'll do that one. Efficient.
Yeah, I'll do follow Penyo. You see everyone kind of like looks at it. None of y'all are aware of this, whatever this creature is. It seems like some kind of human tree hybrid.
Frustration will tell it, you are going to stop, and you are going to answer our questions. And you are going to be honest. If you try and run again, I will hold you again. And I can do this all day.
You just kind of like,
Look left and then right if you understand.
like with its eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
because you can move your eyes, I believe.
yeah, it looks left, right.
And then he'll drop.
Let me know when the spell's about to drop.
He's just gonna, once it agrees, he's gonna drop paralyzed.
I'll charge up. Eldritch Blast, holding it.
You see its arms drop. Kind of looking at you all.
What do you want? Why are you following us?
And then it starts taking off running again.
Really?
I immediately hit it.
Walk up or run it again.
And then hold on, let me check and see if let me see if whole person a longer duration if I overcast it.
I don't think it does.
Well, think so either. I remember it has something if you overcast it.
I think you can do more to one person.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Grexus.
Put your hands on that.
No,
Hold 'em.
Grexus, hold it.
Get to
Just
bear
don't
hug
let
it.
it move. Scott,
You're
you're
muted, Jen.
muted.
Okay. What was that?
I told you to hold the thing.
Bear hug the tree.
Okay. Arrgh.
And then I'll drop concentration on that, and I'll cast Zone of Truth on it.
Okay. You see, it's kind of like trying to squirm a little bit out of Grex's grip, but Grexus is way too strong.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
eventually, it just gives up, and it's just like head drops.
What are you?
What am I? I don't know. A tree? A human? Both? Neither? Who knows?
I said it.
Silence.
I'm not kidding.
You cast silence?
No, I stab it.
Oh, you stab it. Okay, roll an attack roll. I would say an advantage because Grexus is restraining it. 20 definitely hits. 7 piercing is like, ah!
And then I
Ow!
immediately cure wounds and heal it. I can out-heal that without a modifier.
You're really
Listen.
cool.
I can sit and do this all day. I
That
will
would be
keep you
fun.
alive.
Can I go now?
No.
Oh.
I'm confused now. I just look at the other. I don't fucking know.
Why do you follow us?
I was not following you.
Why do you spy on us?
I don't know. It seemed fun.
Jalapeno, you're up.
Yeah, you guys
Feel more
immediately
than-
know that like this creature is not all there.
I'm gonna cast Greater Restoration on it in an attempt to restore its mind.
Okay.
Nice.
Tell me, how does your greater restoration look?
Just kind of like a. Kind of put hand on forehead and kind of just a green flame enwraps the body, kind of burning away whatever is afflicting it, kind of wisping away.
Okay. As you do so, you focus on the energy. You can see like the flame almost encompasses the creature, and as it dissipates, it seemed to have no effect.
Oh, damn. Greater restoration?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that was fun. Can you do that again?
And
Mm-hmm.
Jalapeno detect magic. Detect magic. Hearing
He
myself is
can.
weird.
He can. He casts detect magic on it. He says, I don't sense any like magical spells enchanting it.
Okay. Remove curse.
You cast remove curse.
Mm-hmm.
Has no effect.
Learn through our spells.
Let me try this. What does this guy do?
kind of like
Um,
pats
this-
Grexus's hands. Like, you give real nice hugs. You're so
look at
soft.
Grexus. I could test this, but it might kill it.
Kill it. What are we killing?
You, if you don't tell us something.
I
Me?
just look at Exos.
Ooh, that could be
What do you
cool.
want to do?
What is that like? What's dying like?
Insight check.
Insight check? Okay.
A -2
I'll do
or
the same.
-1 insight check.
No, I'll make that advantage. 21.
21. Something
No, the
seems.
excessive one.
You immediately like sense like something's really weird. Like, it
Well, you know
feels. It feels very unnatural. You get the sense that he's being honest about everything he's saying. He's not lying.
Well, you can't technically because of zone of truth.
Yeah.
Unless I dropped.
No, it's a 10-minute cast. No concentration. Hmm.
Get information from you. I think we need the voice of Nyx.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what to do. This is weird. I'm used to regular people and creatures.
And Jalapeno, can you cast a sleep spell?
Sleep?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Let me double check. Why?
Just have an idea.
Nope. It don't seem like I have that.
Alright. Ixis, gag him. Tie his ass up. He's coming with us.
Hey, knowledge of the sea. Tie his ass up.
All right, you tie him up, and he just kind of like goes limp, like dead weight. And you just like you're like dragging this like log with you along the ground.
Not us, Grexus.
Or Grexus. Grexus is like dragging this log along the ground. He's just like, "Bee!"
I grab a rag and just shove it in his mouth.
As you do so, you see like another part of the bark like opens up and becomes a mouth. It's like,
Interesting.
ooh, that was cool. Where are you guys from?
Not around here.
Maybe he is a result of the tree.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. Whatever he is a headache. You
Are we
have
really-
to think it out better.
Are we really gonna carry him with us?
Until tonight when I can commune with Nylia, yes.
I just drag his ass.
Grexus will be fine. He can deal with it. He's a big kitty.
Needs to work out more. Those thighs are looking a little flabby. Right, Grexus?
Oh. I'm gonna catch True Sing on myself.
Okay.
And then look at the fucking thing.
It makes you see into the ethereal plane, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, no, it gives me true sight for an hour.
Yeah.
And can see into the ethereal plane. Okay.
Okay. You don't see any. It doesn't seem like this creature is being disguised in any sense. You can see that as a part of like the astral and ethereal planes in Theros, you can see this creature gives off a very similar glow to the tree that you all saw before.
Okay.
The tree is turning them mad.
Well, I think tonight, before we go towards the tree, have a hero's feast. Just to give us advantage. Whatever advantage we can get.
In hope that it goes well.
We're going to the big tree?
What's at the
Yes,
big
we're
tree?
going to the big tree.
I don't know. But it sounds like a lot of fun.
You've never been there?
Nope.
Why not?
I don't know.
Who told you about the big tree?
The big tree.
It talks to you?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Come.
He's not wrong.
Okay.
We gonna go?
Yes, let's.
Who are you?
Ixus Gagamagun.
Have another stuff his mouth. His second mouth.
You can see like now like a mouth on his like abdomen opens up.
Okay.
It is going to be a long day.
Yes.
And as a Thracian says that it's gonna be a long day, that is where we're gonna end our session tonight.
Ah. Nice.
As y'all discovered this new type of creature
The fuck is this
in
thing?
Theros. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out next time.
On Dragon Ball Z. Sorry.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
So with that, we are going to end our session here tonight. Thank you guys for joining us.
Who's the new guy that subscribed or
Water
followed?
Warlock.
Water Warlock. Thanks for following us, man.
Yes, Water Warlock, thank you for following us. We will be back next Saturday, same time, hopefully. Until then, if you want to help support us, go ahead and check out our Patreon down below. We have a bunch of cool tiers to get exclusive content, including podcasts, behind the scenes, early access to VODs. Go check out the I Call Him book trilogy by our very own Scott W. Kimack over on Amazon. And until then, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.